Hey guys, so today the new champion reveal was put up. It's Kled and Skaarl. So this is Kled the Cantankerous Cavalier. Noxian soldiers say a lot of things about the murderous Yordle known as Kled. They claim that he's fought in every campaign ever waged by Noxian legions, acquired every possible military title, and has never once backed down from a fight. These claims, like the stories about folk heroes, are dubious. But one part of Khaled's legend is undeniable. When he rides into battle on Skaarl, his cowardly steed, the cantankerous cavalier fights ferociously to protect what's his and to take whatever he wants to get. So as passive, Skaarl and the Cowardly Lizard. Khaled's semi-trusty mount Skaarl has its own health bar that takes damage in Khaled's place when the two ride together. Any bonus health Khaled picks up through items, runes, and masteries also applies to Skaarl. When the lizard's life bar is whittled down to 0, it'll run for the hills, leaving Khaled alone. When fighting solo, Khaled's abilities change as he gains movement speed while heading towards enemy champions. Khaled can restore Skaarl's courage and bring the Craven Crater back by attacking towers, champions, or epic monsters. Q mounted. Bear trap on a rope. Khaled throws a literal bear trap tied to a piece of rope, dealing damage to all enemies it passes through and attaching to the first enemy champion hit. If the cantankerous cavalier sticks close to the struck target for a couple seconds, he'll reel in the rope, pulling his hapless target towards him while applying a slow and a decent chunk of damage. This ability deals bonus damage to minions. Q unmounted pocket pistol. Khaled fires his gun, blasting a wad of bullets in a target direction, knocking himself backward. W. Violent tendencies, passive. Khaled's basic attack causes him to frenzy, granting attack speed to his next 4 basic attacks. The 4th frenzied blow deals bonus damage based on the percentage of the target's max health. E. Jousting, mounted only. Kled and Skaarl dash towards the targeted area, dealing damage to enemies in their path and temporarily gaining a boost of movement speed. If jousting strikes a champion or a large monster, Kled and Skaarl can reactivate the ability to dash back through the struck target, dealing damage. R. Charge! Mounted only. Khaled and Skaarl charge towards a target location, building up a shield and boosting the movement speed of allies in their wake. Skaarl will home in on the first enemy encountered, ramming into them to deal damage as a percent of the target's max health. Laning and skirmishing. Khaled needs to go ham. The cantankerous cavalier wants only to bring death to his foes, and Skaarl's courage system rewards Khaled for sticking through a fight, even after the reptilian steed abandons his maniac Yordle master. To remount Skaarl, Khaled has to take risks and play aggressively. If he manages to earn back the lizard critter's trust, he can ride back into battle, renewed by his buddy's fresh health bar. In lane, Khaled's strength fluctuates depending on whether or not violent tendencies is available. When it's up, the cantankerous cavalier can smash enemy opponents with his empowered autos, but the ability goes on cooldown for a bit after it's activated, leaving Khaled to depend on his other abilities to deal any meaningful DPS. Since violent tendencies can't be toggled on or off and activates as soon as Khaled uses a basic attack, inexperienced Khaled players will often find themselves frenzying over a harmless minion wave, even when it would have been better to save frenzy for a more threatening opponent. For this reason, Khaled will want to carefully farm and use his other abilities if he thinks that he's likely to engage an enemy champion in the near future. Once Khalid decides to go in for a trade, jousting helps him stick to his target with ease. For trades that could go south, Khalid will be able to joust back out after he's finished displaying his violent tendencies. If Khalid goes to ham, and if there's such a thing, then Skaarl abandons him, and he's got two options to get his buddy back: retreat back to base like a damned coward, or do as the voices in his head keep telling him to go more ham. If the Cantankerous Cavalier goes after an enemy champion, he'll have a limited supply of bullets in his pocket pistol to regain Skaarl's confidence and bring it galloping back to Papa. If he's smart, Khalid will closely watch Skaarl's courage bar and bait in opponents just as he remounts the yellow-bellied lizard to gain back a second health bar. With access to jousting and charge restored, Khalid will be set to lock in the kill. Team fighting and late game. Once the laning phase ends, Khalid contributes best to his team by acting as a skirmisher. He'll frenzy on any unlucky fool that he can catch trespassing into his territory, using jousting or bear trap on a rope to reposition or lock down dangerous opponents. Skaarl's extra health bar gives the Cantankerous Cavalier some tankiness, but it is relatively easy for an entire enemy team to focus down the lizard. If Skaarl abandons his post too early in a fight, Khalid will be left stranded with little chance of survival. If Khalid manages to hang on to the cowardly reptilian friend, though, he'll achieve his true potential as a first single target slayer. He can repeatedly slow and dash towards a lone fleeing opponent using his Q and E, making them incredibly deadly on cleanup duty. You don't disengage from a fight with Khalid whenever you want. You disengage from Khalid when either he or you is dead. Khalid's single target stickiness makes him great in responding to enemy split pushes, since he can use his ultimate to blast into lane with a big ol' shield that can boost his one-on-one duel potential. This speed boost effect left in charge's wake will bring his friends along for the party as well. A well-timed Khalid ult will be the perfect way to force a team fight. If you're grouped and your whole team can ride your spill stream and smash into the enemy frontline with you, but charge is also Khalid's best and nearly only way of quickly moving into an exposed flank. Of course, even Khalid shouldn't go charging into battle against a whole army by himself. A little help from some friends might help him out. So, synergy works well with Lulu, the Fey Sorceress. Khalid may have 2 health bars, but he's hardly a tank. The Fey Sorceress's shields and buffs grant Khalid the fortitude to go in on engages he'd normally be too squishy for, or, if he's been dismounted, to stay calm and keep frenzying. Garen, the Might of Demacia. Khalid's immobile allies aren't so immobile when they charge into battle with him. If the Might of Demacia lends his heart and sword to Khalid, they will both have the speed and strength to smash straight through the enemy. Kindred, the Eternal Hunters. Khalid always has to make a choice once he's been knocked off his mount. Stay in the fight and try and restore Skaarl's courage, or pack it in and recall to safety. With Kindred around, the choice is easy. Lamb's Respite gives Khalid a free ticket to going ham so he can remount his spineless critter and continue the battle stronger than before. Struggles against Lux, the Lady of Luminosity. It's tough for Kled and Skaarl to remain in the Fey if they're stuck up against an opponent with both crowd controlling abilities and burst damage. If the Lady of Luminosity catches the Yordle Lizard duo with a light binding, she may be able to finally spark them to pieces before they can respond. Janna, the Storm's Fury. Enemies can disengage and slow Khalid or pain in his fuzzy arse. A quick howling gale or monsoon is all it takes to turn charge into a Tristana, the Yordle Gunner. The Yordle Gunner's late game range will make an unmounted Kled think twice about hanging around in teamfights. Both Rocket Jump and Buster Shot negate one of Kankerous Cavalier's greatest strengths, sticking to his opponent. So that's the end of the champion reveal. I hope you enjoyed it. I will do the lore as soon as it gets put up. It's not up yet. I don't know when it will be, but it'll probably be before. I'm sure it'll be before he's released live, as he's just got put on to the PBE today. So I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, you can leave a like and subscribe. I've started doing some other videos. Mostly right now I'm focusing on Honey Pop, but I have some other games that I'm going to put up soon. And so I hope that you enjoyed those as well, and I hope that everybody has a nice day.